I'm Coach Alex, and this is Sophia, and she's going to help us out today showing our barrel front handspring. Say hi, Sophia.
Hi.
She's so excited to be here, can't you tell? The first thing we're going to do before we do anything is make sure that they're using the correct size barrel. If it's too big, too small, it'll end up dumping them on their heads. They're not going to be able to go over it, so we've got to make sure it's the right size for this drill to be effective. Now, Sophia has put her waistband on for us, and we're going to look at, stretch it tall for me, like you're in a handstand. We're going to look at where her waist is compared with the barrel. So her waist is right about here where the waistband is, and we're going to see where the barrel hits, and it's just about even with that waistband. So she stands in front of it. Go ahead and go in front. See, the barrel is just about perfectly lined up with that waistband. It's a little lower, but that's okay. We can have a little bit of wiggle room in the size because not every barrel is going to be fit exactly to each kid. So this is around where you want it to be, around where that waist is, because that means, you can relax, put your arms down. That means as they go over, their center of gravity is going to be supported. If it's too high, too low, it's going to drop them on one side or the other. So we want to make sure that barrel is the correct size before the athlete even gets on it. And once you do this a couple of times, you'll be pretty good at eyeballing and being able to look and say, okay, that's the right size, or we need to go bigger, we need to go smaller. So that's the first thing you're going to check. We're going to start in a lunge, just like the one we talked about in our previous video about the hurdle handstand to the wall. So we want, again, super wide base with the feet, so put your feet a little further apart, good. We want to be forward leaning, stretching up tall, ribs in. Awesome, so this is our start. Again, from here, we want to lever. We always lever out of lunges. There is no exception to this rule. I know that I've said that we're going to find one, but that's okay. So we're going to show a lever. Okay, again, we want that heel drive, so lift that heel up tall, Sophia, I'll help you balance. Okay, big heel drive in the back, come back up. So, again, we want to come from forward-leaning lunge, lever, up to handstand. With a big heel drive, that takes them all the way over to the barrel. Now, when we're first doing this, we're going to do this in slow motion. So it's okay to stop up in the handstand, make sure they're pushing tall through their shoulders, squeezing their muscles, pushing, 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 and then have them go to the barrel. Eventually, though, the goal is to go straight over. So from here, what we're going to do is you're going to grab their ankle or their torso and help them come all the way up so they're over the barrel. What you're looking for here, we want to make sure feet are together, legs are straight, we're stretching and looking at our hands. We never ever want to see, put your chin on your chest. This. Okay, now sit up just a little bit and put your chin on your chest. This is a no-no. If they do this, you don't let them move until they fix it. So fix it. Sophia, stretch tall. Awesome. Another thing you want to look for as they're going over the barrel is if they're too relaxed. So Sophia, just go limp. This will be a very common thing. You'll see the bent legs, feet apart, arms are floppy, they're just sort of hanging out there. Because it's comfortable. They're laying on a barrel. It's fun. But this is not how we're going to front handspring, because if I were to tip her over onto her feet right now, she'd collapse like a sack of flour. So we're going to stretch tall, get tight. Awesome, to a nice, tight, controlled arched body. And we're going to keep rolling her up, making sure the feet are tight, the head's looking at the hands, flat feet, we're touching the floor. Now what you're going to do here as they stand up, now put your hand under their shoulders and help them stand up to a nice tight body, feet together. Head is looking back at the hands, there's no pike in the hips, everything's nice and extended. What we do not want, this is the no-no, lay back down. Now just stand up for me. We don't want that. That's no good. That is not how we're going to land front handsprings, because if we were to do that, you can relax for a second. If we were to do a front handspring that landed that way, they'll land on their booty every single time. So we have to, from the beginning, make sure we're teaching just the correct stand-up out of it. So one more time, we're going to do it correctly. Lay back down, hand under the shoulders to help them, and up. Looking at the hands and stretched. We're going to start slow motion, checking every part is correct and tight and in the right shape that we want. Eventually, once the kid has it pretty easily in that slow motion, we're going to speed it up. So Sophia, we're going to do the exact same thing, but I'm not going to stop you as you go over. So we're going to check the lunge, ribs in, forward leaning, and go. Up, and over, and up. So what we're teaching there, relax. We're teaching that fast heel drive that'll tip them over. By the end of this month, the hope is that they will be able to get over that barrel without you tipping it, holding them, doing anything like that, because they've got the heel drive and the speed that will help them rotate over. We're going to do that one more time. So again, we're focusing on making sure that lever is happening and that foot is lifting up over to help them turn over. Good lunge, and go. Heel drive over, and up. Good. Now you'll notice every single time I have a hand on the wrist and I have a hand back behind the shoulders. That way, if, bend your knees and collapse. If they just fall, I still have control of them. I can yank them back up, okay? All right, and so those are the pieces that we're looking to put together for this right handspring over the barrel. This is a must spot station. So make sure this is a spotted station every single time. Your hands are on the kids, making sure that they're doing it correctly and safely. All right, so that was our front handspring over the barrel drill, and we will be back later with more drills for you.